Casanova all over, you couldn't stop it.
Casanova was about 200-300 strong.
Casanova all over, you couldn't stop it.
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Patterson and Millbrook projects, Patterson and Millbrook projects. Casanova all over, you couldn't stop it. It was 76 to 1980. It was 76 to 1980.
South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx, the South Bronx, South Bronx.
Okay.
South Bronx.
Okay, I'm here with. Introduce yourself.
My name is Marion Frampton, but they call me Tiny.
Right. Okay. I've seen you around. I'm doing the Black Spade thing, New Direction.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Like where?
TBS New Direction is. I brought that back into existence. As everybody knows, TBS stands for the Black Spades.
Right.
As you know, our founders, when the Black Spades came into existence in 1968, they didn't come into existence as no gang or nothing like that.
Right.
They came into existence to work within their projects up in the Soundview, Bronxdale area.
Right.
And as time prolonged and the leadership turned over,
Right.
it just evolved around the police department and them calling us gangs, because you know you get 5 or more, and plus we black, so they start calling us gangs and savages, things like that. But the mission of the Black Spades in 1968-69
Right.
was basically, standing up for their community and just making sure that there was no robbery, no crimes, and trying to keep the drugs out.
Right.
So today, I joined the Spades in 1971. I became Supreme Spokesman of the South Bronx. I was in the 17th Division. And my mission today is just more or less bring back what our founders tried to create.
Okay.
And that is working in the community, doing what we can to give back, working with our youth.
Right.
And that's my mission. That's the mission of TBS New Direction today. We're giving back, and we're trying to give back the best way we can.
Right. Wow. So the 17th.
Right, come on, stand next to me, Frida.
The 17th Division. Where was that at?
Well, the 17th Division. I'm not an original member. When I first joined the Spades, I was in the 14th Division.
Okay.
And that was in Patterson, Mott Haven housing.
Mott Haven.
Mott Haven, yeah. And 17th came off Brook Avenue. But once the 17th came, they got ran off of Brook Avenue, because they was fighting all the Puerto Ricans on Brook Avenue. So they ran them off. They came up into the projects. And the 17th was a powerful division.
Right, I always heard about this.
And what happened was that when Coke became the supreme, when Mott gave Coke the supreme power of the South Bronx,
Right.
he just turned all the divisions into one division, 17th.
So you saying 17th originally started on Brook?
They was on Brook Avenue.
And they had issues with the Spanish, Puerto
They
Ricans
was fighting
around
the bachelors and all of that. So, and then they survived a number of years fighting them.
Wow.
But this last war they got the building burned down. So it's not like they got ran out because they ran them out. They got ran out because they didn't have nowhere to stay no more. So they came over to the projects. And once they came to the projects, and the 14th and the 17th, united together. But then once Coke got supreme power, he just basically made it one division. It didn't make no sense to have all those different divisions in one area. So everybody in that area, you had Millbrook, Patterson, Jackson, Mott Haven. Okay, so what he did was just change, and the 14th was a large, 14th Division had about 6 different chapters in each project. So what Coke did is just brought everybody together under one division, where it was the 17th.
So you see all those projects over there? Yo. All right, I'm coming. So you say all those projects over there? What's that? Millbrook, was the
Jackson,
14th?
Mott Haven, 14th.
It was chapters within the 14th.
I was the president of Chapter 1 of the 14th Division. That was in Mott Haven. The original division of 14th Division our president was John Jones. They were from Patterson. When I came out of Mott Haven, so I became the president of Chapter 1. Then you had on Millbrook, you had Melrose. You understand? You had Mitchells. and we had Spades in all those projects, different chapters. So the 14th Division had, and then we had a chapter in Manhattan on the east side. So you had the 14th Division had about 6-7 chapters. And then, like I said, once Coconut came in and the rulership down there switched over, he just took everybody and just brought them under one division, which was the 17th. And because I was such a, listen, I've always been a person to speak. So they just brought me into the main 17th and made me spokesman. That's how I got the title of Supreme Spokesman, not President, Supreme Spokesman of the South Bronx, because the 17th was a supreme division.
That had so much power back then, so much unity.
Well, the unity, let me tell you something. The unity today and back then is so much different, because see, you and I back then, even my sister, as a Spades sister,
okay,
she wasn't a Spade back then, but she's the secretary from TBS New Direction. And let me tell you something, back then we knew everybody. I mean, when I say knew everybody, we slept in each other's houses. We knew everybody's mothers. I mean, we knew each other. We slept on each other. We fought on each other. I knew your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. I knew if you was a pedophile. I knew if you was a rapist. I knew if you was no good. Today, brothers and sisters don't know who they with until something occurred. And then next thing you know, now you found out that who you think someone was isn't.
That, what, the unity of the Spades in the 70s, what would you say broke that up? Was it
Time.
They got older, you saying?
Time. In 1974, I went upstate. I did my first bid in 74.
Okay.
And when I went upstate in 74, and when I came back, the Spades were gone. Now you had crews, and you had 140th crew. You had the Cypress crew. You had the Casanovas. Okay, the Casanova crew. So when I came home, the Casanova crew was in Patterson Projects, and a brother that's dead now, Peanut, who was a Spade, he was more or less one of the leaders. He wasn't the founders of the Casanova, but he was one of the leaders of the Casanovas. And
what year you came back?
I came back home in 76.
76.
I only did 18 months.
And the Spades was basically over?
All games were gone. All games was gone
gone
when I came back home. You had a few diehards that would never take them colors off, but basically the gangs wearing the colors was gone. Yeah, like I said, you still had your diehards, but the colors was gone. They were now crews, and that's what, like I said, when I came home, that's when these crew things was going on.
Crews. The Casanovas, can you give me a little history on that real quick?
Well, the Casanovas were break dancers.
Break dance.
They came out of Patterson Project. Some of them were young Spades. And when I came home, Peanut, who was one of the leaders in the Black Spades, he was running with them, and then he became the president of the
Peanut
Casanova.
broke dance? He was a dancer?
He
wasn't a dancer.
He didn't break dance.
Right, okay.
He couldn't even stand up straight. God bless his little soul.
Okay.
But this is when we started. We got introduced to Grandmaster Flash in the 70s, around 77, 76, and we started doing security. Casanova started doing security, and Peanut got killed 77, 78. After Peanut got killed, next thing I know, I didn't even ask for the position. I was in my bed sleeping, and somebody knocked on my door one day and said, "Tiny, they want to talk to the head of the Casanovas." I said, "Well, go find them boys." He told me I was the head of the Casanovas, and that's how I became head of the Casanovas, because of my speaking ability and because they looked up to me, because I was not only an ex-Spade, but because my thing was, man, it's like I've always lived by the pen. Don't ever get me wrong. I picked up the sword when it was necessary.
Right.
But I wasn't raised. I was raised by my mother. She raised 9 of us, and we was taught that the pen was mightier than the sword. But because of how I was, and I wasn't getting high, and everybody was smoking dust and getting reefer all at the time, and I didn't get high, I became head of the Casanovas.
So at that time when you became head, what was they? You said they were still dancing crew?
They wasn't dancing when I took.
It wasn't dancing.
Not when I took.
What was they?
We became a
just
security.
A crew.
And I made the Casanova crew into a powerful security, and we basically worked for almost every different promoter in the Bronx and some in Manhattan. You know, back in those days, a lot of the crews a lot of the crews, the DJs and MCs would have their own crew come with them, so they do security on the door. But Casanova's, and I call us the first security of hip hop, and we in the record books, but not as much as we
First
need
security,
to.
right.
But I call us the first security of hip hop because we got paid.
I got paid.
Nobody, Flash was our group, and that's who we stayed with. But people called us in to work and to monitor and watch their parties.
How many of it was y'all in the Casanova?
Casanovas are strong, man. But after Peanut died, I cut it down. They were a bunch of young boys. I got rid of the real. I got rid of 15 and down. You know, 16 because I wasn't trying to run around the street with all them little
You
kids.
cut it
up
down to 15?
I cut the age. Casanovas was about 200-300 strong.
200-300? From all over that area, you mean?
From the west side.
From the west side.
Casanovas was strong.
Okay, so wait, you saying Casanova started as a dance crew?
They were a dance crew. They were break dancers.
And then you turned it into a security crew.
Peanut was alive, and we all started working with Flash.
Okay.
And they were still a bunch of break dancers going to the party. But after Peanut died, I basically took it to another level. Basically took them little young boys, shaped them up, and we became a security.
And in '76, you was what? 20 maybe?
No, I'm 62. I ain't shading my age. I'm 62 now. So I was born in 56. So I don't even think I can't. I got to go back down.
Okay, you was 20. 56,
about 20,
76.
20. I went upstate when I was 18. About 20, 21. Yeah.
So you was one of the eldest, the oldest
Of what?
of the Casanovas.
I was damn near the elder. I was the elder.
So there was a bunch of teenagers basically.
They were like 16. They were 16. And I think the oldest out of all of them, I think the oldest might have, if I was 21, let's say I was 21 back then, I think the oldest might have been about 18. They were babies, man. They were still babies, but they were babies that were strong babies. And they were babies that were some fighting babies. But I had to take that fight out. I didn't take it out of them. I just showed them how to use it in another, and to turn that energy, all that negative energy into a positive. We got money, but we still had to fight. We had to fight for respect, though.
So Flash was one of your clients?
Flash was the only brother that we ever worked with.
Oh, he was okay.
We're the only brother we traveled and worked with constantly. We worked for other groups, but we didn't. Flash was we was part of the family.
So how long did y'all stay together as a security?
Well, we stayed together until Flash when he signed a contract with Sylvia Robinson.
Until he signed
She didn't have no use for us because she had her own people, and that was it.
So when he made that big record, The Message?
We was there. I was there for a couple of his records. They held on to us for a long time, but they couldn't keep us because the company didn't want us. The company didn't need us. It's not like they got rid of us, but the company didn't need us because, the company got their own people. They ain't trying to give away no money. So after they started making their records, that was the end of that. That was the end of it.
And you just disbanded as a security?
Well, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in hip-hop.
You didn't believe in it?
I was just getting money. I did not believe in hip-hop. I didn't believe in the MCs. I didn't believe in the DJs.
Right.
And see, in my time, the MCs were the life of the parties. No, but today it's a DJ world.
Okay.
Everybody thought back then that the MCs was a highlight. But I wasn't. I can't bust a beat. I can't bust a dance. After it was over for me. And I ain't gonna go into everything we went into, but we went into different phases of life.
Right.
Some good, some not good.
That was the 80s by then. That was the 80s.
80s, right. No, in the 80s, going into the 90s.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's a little history there.
Casanova all over. You couldn't stop it.
Casanova all over. You couldn't stop it.
And we bonded with all the crews. The Zulus, Casanova 9 crew, Gestapo. Those are all the brothers that we ran with. Cooley High. Those are all the crews we were all under the umbrella of all Casanovas. So, we did our thing back then. But like I said, hip-hop wasn't my world, so I didn't see how powerful it became.
It became, right.
I just actually got back into this life of being around everybody in the last 5 years. Well, 2011, I came out the streets because I stayed in the street doing other things. I ain't gonna get into all of that.
Right.
And after that, I came back. I went back to school. I got my bachelor's degree. You understand? I put together TBS New Direction. I'm also the owner, co-founder of Black Spades Security, which we have. Sister, like I said, Freedom. She's my secretary for TBS New Direction and Black Spades Security. So we got a few things going on. And like I said from the beginning, all of this is to highlight the Black Spades because they were not, and I repeat, they were not to be here as terror. They started this like the Panthers, even like the Bloods and Crips, as an organization trying to provide for their community.
Right.
But like everything else, everything went to hell.
Right.
That's it.
All right. It was good meeting you, brother.
It's my pleasure,
Thanks
my
for
brother.
the history lesson. Right.
That's a little bit of it. You got it.
Casanova all over, you couldn't stop it.